All right. Well, as you probably guessed, this is probably the same day. I just went in, grabbed a bite to eat, and we're going to tackle this again. First of all, we're going to fix our body line issue and our hood alignment. See, this side does the same spiel. So I think we got to fix that first. Right, bud? Huh? It's cold out, eh? You're going to start hanging out in the shop again? So we need to go about this much down. So I guess first thing is I'm going to, my plan is going to be to pull this off, and then this funky little mount that I made, I'm just gonna cut it flush. I'm gonna let the body sit down, and then we're gonna figure out if it's good or not. If that gets us into the zone, I'm gonna base it on whether that gap closes up, if we've nailed it or not. Anyways, simplest thing to do, pull this back off and just chop up what I built there. Hey, buddy. Chop up what I built. It's good enough. It'll be fine. Not bad. It'll do. Alrighty. So we hacked a whole bunch of stuff away. I've clearanced around here though. So now we got good room for stuff in here. Got here, we got our steering. Our e-brake will nicely fit underneath here. I haven't welded that in. I'll do that when I do other stuff. I'll figure out these after when I bolt the fenders on. Our mounts now, we don't have anything in the front, so I'm gonna have to toy around, make a little plate. You can see they're pretty much fleshy flush with the top of the frame now. Maybe you can't, but won't be a big deal. I'll wait till I finish up the fenders and stuff. So now over here, our gap isn't perfect. This has got to get snugged up a bit. It kind of got a little wide somewhere around here. Whoever made this panel kind of screwed up a little bit. But we're a little off. But yeah, that's fine. Like this will pull back a bit. It'll be a little big. At least, you know, not a lot of people know. There's only me, you. You know, not a big deal. When there's some paint on it and stuff, no one will ever notice. Well, it'll always be dirty, so meh. All right. Well, I think I'm good there. I'll probably make myself just some plates, just weld some plates, and then I'll set the clip on and I'll be able to just bolt it. It'll be mint. So this is good enough. I'm happy with that. We'll have to now pull off, and we're going to address this side. This side's kind of a little of the same. Actually, it fits a little better. That's okay. We know to stick with whatever's happening here. That's good. The stuff's not too much to rebuild behind. We just got a little sliver up in the front. That'll be good. Make the mounts, and the clip should be done. Add a whole lot of paint. Bolt are red. Oh yeah, the list just kind of moves on, just keeps going. Anyways, I think I'm good there, so I want to basically pull this sucker off, and let's continue what I was hoping to get done before. Right, buddy? It's snowing outside? Getting full of snow? All right, let's get going. think this is as far as I am getting tonight. We kind of have our bottom step done. We kind of tapered the edge. I'm hoping this doesn't screw me over. I kind of had done the outer edge and then realized I forgot to put a nut in, so I kind of fished one in and then boogered it up. So, should be okay, but I don't know for sure. Anywho, both sides are done. Good enough. That piece that I boogered off, that I cut, because I thought it was in the way of my brake switch, I just welded that back in. Not pretty, doesn't matter. We got a little bit of stuff to deal with up here, so I think I'll deal with that tomorrow. We're just going to do a cut, put a little patch or something. I don't know. Man, that thing's cruddy. Well, these are rough fenders. They're rough, but they're not rough. Why are they rotting up here, but not over the headlight brows? That's weird. Which reminds me, I'm probably going to coat the crap out of that. That's where they always get salt sits, and then they rot out up there. Anyhow, we got to do that, and then we got to make some new pads for up here. But that's tomorrow's plan. So, anyways, until tomorrow. Well, we got these patches done. We got these. They didn't turn out as nice as I wanted, but that's not the end of the world. A little schmooze, and she's going to be good. This brow, I'm choosing to think that it's really good. I'm going to not look at it. That one, I think from dragging around on the ground, it actually burned through. It actually had some holes in her. So this side, we did the same. Got a little bit of a low spot. Might have seen me banging it up. I got most of it. I'm not too worried. I guess this could grind down a little more, but we got her. I took the antenna off. I don't feel like I'm going to run. Like, if I do a radio, I always just run Bluetooth anyways, so. This one's okay. This one's a little, wow. I don't know if I explained that last night, but this side, I didn't do, yeah, I can't get at it. I didn't do the old zip cut, button cut. I tried to actually trim the piece to the right size. Didn't work well for me. It's got a, I won't put a straight edge on here, but we'll say it needs a little bit of filler. No biggie. So we got that done here. So when we were doing this part, I realized when I was dragging it around on the ground on its nose, this thing was full of Bondo, and I kind of got wrecked. Like, well, I didn't realize. I thought they were more solid than they were. So anyways, what we did, and still needs a little bit of tweaking, but you pretty much just bash it with a hammer and that'll come to shape. I think it's pretty nice. It's pretty good for what it is. I took a sheet of metal. We kind of just did a really rough fold and bang it over because the rest of it's good, so I just used it as the form. Ran 2 screws in there to hold it. We kind of beat the bottom in shape. It still needs more because you can see it's a little tight here, but it's fine. I probably will beat it a little bit, but when I take these off. But then we just kind of worked our way over. These corners were good. We zapped it, laid it over, sliced, and welded. So, I don't know. Not perfect, but better than it was. Better than the hole that we started with. Anywho, what do we do now? So we got the worst of that done. I think next step is we're going to clean up here. I did resave these because I think if I just do these flushy flush, I can use them. You know, like essentially if they were mounted like that, flush to the top of the frame, these are going to be fine. We know we're in the zone. Well, it wants to be over. You know what? I'm going to cut some new ones. Only because I don't know if I do that, I don't know where these holes are going to be. So let's just go flat off the top of the frame. Gives us room for a bushing. And yeah, get that out. Yeah, we need that. But I'm over talking and thinking. Let's just start cutting some steel and welding it on, and it should be fine. It'll just work. What else do we have to do here? We'll have to make those lower mounts yet, but I'm not too worried. And then we got to lather this thing with some rust paint. That is kind of the goal. Anyhow, these things first. Right? Is that a plan? I can tell it's getting colder out, buddy, because you're not going outside so much now. You're hanging out. You know, all your spoots on your eyes there. Just want to hang out? Want to help me paint? No. So we wire brushed the inside, got a coat of rust paint on. Yeah, I don't know, looks pretty good. We'll do the outside after. I kind of just wanted to, I don't even know why, just wanted to paint something. But anyways, brush some paint on. We cleaned these mounts off. I don't know if they're right or not. I kind of tacked them down. Be able to test fit this at a later date. Kind of waiting. Tomorrow, I think that's about as far as I'm going to get tonight. Usually, once a week, the guys and us hang out and do absolutely nothing. So I'll probably get them to give me a hand. We'll do a test fit. And then I can at least get these holes drilled in place if these mounts are good. And then I can kind of re-gus it and burn them in. I think they might be too big and stuff. I don't know yet. We'll find out. Either way, we'll do that, get a test fit, then we'll be able to flip this thing on its lid and wire brush the whole inside of here, both sides, and boom. Throw some undercoating, throw some paint, and then some undercoating on it, and yeah, should be good to go. Well, good to go as far as just bolted back on and be semi-permanent. We'll have to still make those little tabs under there, but I wouldn't mind just getting it fitted, and we'll see how good everything fits. That, and then when the guys are here, I'll be able to get them to give me a hand putting the hood on. If you remember a few episodes back, that didn't fare well doing that by myself. So, anyways, till tomorrow. Alright, well, we gave it a quick scuff inside, hit it with some undercoating. I can't say I'm too happy with the Napa stuff. I had an old can, which I thought would actually a can of, when they say rubberized, this thing was definitely, I'm thinking it was like semi-dried out. I had another can of some undercoating, so sort of what I was using after the fact. But the Napa one, boy, oh boy, it's just, look at the chunks. I don't get what was happening there. It's literally like rubber balls. Oh well, whatever. We have that. I sprayed with the other one, so we kind of got a good coat on everything. I don't know. I think I'm going to go to grab some more, put a second coat on, because it definitely needs more. That's just not a lot of meat to it. But I want to do that, going to let that dry. I didn't end up waiting for everybody. I kind of jumped the gun before they showed up, so kind of did my thing. Anyways, we got these holes drilled, like we test fit it, got the holes drilled. So basically I'm going to blaze these in. These are a little low, but I'll just put a bigger washer underneath it. I can kind of, to fill the gap. So that's all I'm going to do up here. Anywho, I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to go run to town, see if they actually have some more gravel guard. I'm going to put a little more on. And then, what do we got? We got those done. That is done. So I guess we could, oh, I made these tabs. I just haven't welded them to the chassis yet. So these will go like there, kind of weld onto the floor there. And then they hold these lower tabs. They hold these things in place, which just holds the inner fender from flapping around. Other than that, we bang that up. We're good to go. I think before that, I'm just going to scuff and shoot and give this the satin treatment. I didn't realize when I was brushing that on, that's gloss, but that's okay. We will gloss that, or satin everything under here, gloss that. I don't know if I'm going to do anything under the hood because it's here. I don't know. Maybe I'll paint it and then we'll put it on later. I don't really want to, but... At this point, I painted everything else under the hood. I may as well, right? May as well doll it up the best we can. All right. Well, I'm going to go run for some parts, and then I guess we'll be back, and we'll throw this thing back together. Well, look at that thing, eh? I dig it. Looks pretty swanky under here, other than the mess of wires. Look at that, eh? Shiny. Got a little bit of paint everywhere. Like I say, we'll end up mounting computer there. We'll have to run our wires. Do have my rad and stuff like that, so that's a huge win. Not sure how I'm doing. I should have probably bought a different elbow for my water filler, but we can always modify it, make that work. But yeah, at least she opens and closes. We do have some tweaking to do on the hood. It's not enjoying life and doesn't want to close well. Kind of, I don't know what that's about. Have to figure that out. Still got to do the tabs. See, these are the tabs I made to hold the inner fenders. They got to go on. They're not in place yet. Bolt the clip down. A few things like that. But hey, ooh, check this out. Somebody sent me this a while back. Sorry, I cannot remember your name, but I think this truck needs that. I think it suits it. That big bugger. Hey, that thing's as big as you. Hey, that thing's just as big as you are. Anyways, I think this is as far as we're gonna get this one. I'll probably get that front clip bolted in. We're gonna get her bolted together, and then I think next round we'll try to get the plumbing and stuff inside and finish up under the hood. I'd like to do that. I'm not sure if I want to prep the front and stuff, because I would like to get that front bumper back on, right? We need a bumper on the front. And I do want to run the big winch bumper. That is definitely happening. And then we got to address the inside. We got to get that seat, get some sound deadening and stuff like that in there. Some door seals. I did throw the seat in. I kind of like it where it's sitting right here. So we need to make some 4-inch risers or whatever that is. That'll be the plan there. And just a little closer to getting her done. Anyways, as always, I want to thank you folks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.